got questions about real estate? Duane's got the answers. Introducing the Real Estate Jedi Master, Duane Beisner.
Okay, welcome back to the last Real Estate Jedi Master video series. I am the last Real Estate Jedi Master, and my name is Duane Beisner with Coldwell Banker Realty. I've come up with what I think is a great episode for you. In fact, it's already episode number 17. Hard to believe. But first, I have a quote for the week for just your ears only. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. An ancient proverb. That is incredibly wise advice, isn't it? If you did not plan to do it previously, then get her done now. This episode is about homeowners associations. You have a good chance of encountering an HOA property while house hunting. Statistics show that homeowners associations, or HOAs, govern nearly 60% of recently built single-family homes and 80% of houses in new subdivisions. HOAs do have their benefits, especially for buyers looking for low-maintenance lifestyle. So what is an HOA, and what does it do? An HOA is basically a governing structure for a planned community, such as a development of single-family homes, condominiums, or townhouses. Roughly 1/4 of the U.S. population lives in some type of community association, according to the Community Association Institute, a provider of resources and information related to community associations, condominiums, and co-ops nationwide and around the world. So there are some pros. The satisfaction showed that 85% of the residents that live in a community association are pleased with it, and 70% basically say that it's positive, and 22% are just neutral. And here are several reasons for that. Somebody else takes care of the lawn. Whether you live in a condominium complex or a planned community of single-family homes, many times an HOA handles a lot of exterior upkeep. You don't have to worry about mowing the lawn or doing the landscaping, trimming bushes, trimming trees, or pest control. HOAs can also handle sometimes elevators and security systems in common areas, repairing roads, roofs, walls, and building components, especially in a condo complex, trash pickup, cleaning and painting building exteriors. You can actually sell more down the line. HOAs in single-family areas sell for an average of 4% more, roughly $13,500 more than similar homes outside of HOAs. It tends to be higher for larger homes and homes in smaller subdivisions as it declines in home age, the researchers said. Also, you might get more recreation and social options. HOA could be a boon to your lifestyle. Some offer swimming pools, tennis courts, golf courses, playgrounds, gyms in the community, none of which you'll have to personally maintain. Some will also host social gatherings, such as block parties, community yard sales, spring cookouts, pool parties, and nature walks. Then also, it can cut down on your bills. An HOA often takes responsibility for basic water and gas, as well as city services such as sewer, trash, and recycling. This cuts down on the number of bills you'll have to pay each month. It can help with conflict resolution as well. If you're the type of person who dreads conflict with neighbors, an HOA can advocate for you. If, say, your neighbor plays loud music or has a dog that barks at all hours. Some HOAs, in fact, don't allow dogs at all. Just talk to your HOA about the problem you're facing, and they'll probably take it from there. So as for the cons, they can be costly, these fees, and there could be meticulous guidelines. I'd say most monthly assessments are about $100 to $300 a month, with those for condominiums ranging higher on the HOA fees than for the single family homes. Only 17% of the HOAs are more than $500 a month. In addition to maintenance and upkeep, these fees pay for employees who work for the HOA, as well as for money for a reserve fund, typically used for unexpected expenses and emergencies, such as possibly a flood, hurricane, wildfire, and so on and so forth. For example, a 1,000 square foot condominium in Des Moines, Iowa, charges just $100 a month for utilities, landscaping, snow removal, And by comparison, a 3,400 square foot condominium in Hollywood, California charges $4,000 a month for a host of amenities. Some HOAs can actually be as expensive as $10,000 a year. And that's going to affect the budget for a buyer who's looking to buy a house. Also, you have to know that there's risk of lien or foreclosure. HOA fees are a cost in addition to your mortgage, property tax, and homeowners insurance. You're required to pay these fees even if you don't use all the amenities. And if you run afoul of a particular rule, you could be assessed a fine. If you can't or don't pay these fines or the regular fees, you might run the risk of the HOA placing a lien on your property or losing your home to foreclosure. The HOA has to make up the difference when people don't pay their obligations. So they'll place a lien on your property with the ability to foreclose to ensure that you do. And they also have meticulous guidelines, especially with homes' exteriors. So you won't be able to paint your house just any color that you like. For instance, some restrictions could be a garbage can that's in view of the public or a neighbor, unkept conditions such as mildew, peeling paint, or a full mailbox, or having a pet off of its leash and not picking up after the pet, possibly leaving even sports equipment out after certain hours, or a dirty driveway or a sidewalk. So, you got to keep these in mind when you are looking into buying a home. And it would be a good idea for you to actually read that thick packet of CC&Rs to understand what you're buying into and all the restrictions that you may face. Some are more restrictive than others. So when you're looking to buy, you have to keep in mind the old question, who's the boss? You're going to be basically the boss on a condominium on the inside of the property, and the HOA is going to be a boss on the condominium for the outside of the property. So here's your assignment. If you live on an HOA, call them and ask for a specific itemized list of the benefits you receive and what the monthly fee is, which you probably already know. If you don't live in an HOA, call one nearby and ask them the benefits you would receive as a resident and compare it to the fee that you would be required to pay to see if you feel like it's worth it. So that's all for today, folks. Until next time, this is the Last Real Estate Jedi Master signing off. Please click on the like and subscribe buttons down below as well. Thank you for listening.